Peace, HHDG. We are on another episode of HHDG Media, the podcast. And shout out to everyone tuning in right now through our YouTube channel, as well as our Facebook group, HHDG, which stands for Hip Hop Discussion Group. As always, you see my face because this is made possible through our company, which consists of our 5 owners, Rock Vader KB, the Mayor, T. Smith, Skelly Top, and myself, Wiki. As you can always see on our bottom banner, it has our website, hhdgmedia.com, where you can go check out previous interviews, whether written or live, as well as music put up there, our merch, and upcoming events. For tonight, we have a returning guest who continues to push the level of lyricism as well as what a cohesive album is all about. He's been doing this for quite some time. It seems like every year he drops a new project, and each project outdoes the previous one. Just in June of this year, June 7th, the Black Madonna piece dropped on Bandcamp and then on all streaming platforms on June 21st. With this new album, I feel that it's almost like a continuation of the previous album, which came out last year, the Blaxploitation, and he gives off that same vibe that he did in that album, where it's not just his raw skills, but his ability to encompass everything in his personality, the things that he likes, all of hip hop ingrained in that as well, and continue to have, that he's not a slouch when it comes to constructing the songs, the guests that he perfectly placed on the tracks, and producers that he works with. And one of the important things is he has a core amount of people that he works with who always come through, whether it be the production or the lyricism with the MCs. And I mean, he could do this on his own, whenever, and he proves that. But the way he puts these albums together, it's one of those that you need to sit down and listen to it and absorb it and appreciate it. It's not just a one-time run and then that's it. Nah, you need to keep listening to this, and you could just vibe off of that and just let it run and keep running. And that's the way albums are supposed to be. Always repping his hometown, Paterson, New Jersey. And we definitely going to get into the new album as well as what else has been going on. Some of the dope live shows he's been doing, like the Fifth Fest. I hope I'm saying that right. I haven't been to one yet, and I definitely need to get out there. And as well as, like I said, the core people, like Know It All, Black Chidorty, Wolverine. I mean, there's many more. And he had one of the illest that I think is still, working her way up, but she's getting known, and that's Backwoods Sweetie. But we're gonna get into the new album for tonight, and I'd like to welcome our guest once again, Patty Honcho.
How y'all doing, man? It's good to be back, man. Appreciate you for having me, Ian.
Mm-hmm. Now, what I was talking about in the intro, and I don't want to jump into the album just yet.
Okay.
With the Blaxploitation album, I feel that was almost like a magnum opus for you compared to your previous albums before that. And now I feel like it's a precursor to where you continue to elevate and show people that, this is you. This is how you get down. And you put so much into it where you gotta appreciate that, because everyone can just throw a few tracks here and there, and then just because they sound good, don't mean it should all be in that one project. I mean, you really put some thought into this.
Yeah, for the black exploitation, I knew with the direction that I was going in that I might have had to curate a little more differently than I did with any other album. So with this one going into it, I kind of knew like it is a different soundscape than black exploitation, but the curation mindset it was sort of similar. The only thing that was a little bit different was I was more free because in black exploitation I kind of was more confined to that the concept. So on the Black Madonna piece, I was a little more free to explore different concepts on each song type shit. I can't hear you.
There you go. And with that being free like that, when did you start thinking of how you were gonna put this together?
In January, I started making the album in January, and it came together spontaneously.
Hmm.
Originally, it was going to be fully produced by Wolverine because
Okay.
he did the first joint that I did for the album. Um, and then I was sitting with the song that I did, and I was like, man, this shit. The concept I have for this, it has to be multiple producers. Like I know mad producers. Like I gotta hit these niggas up. I know how I'm gonna curate this shit. And I told Wolverine, he was like, all right, bro, no doubt. Cause we working on some other shit, so it's all good. Yeah.
Gotcha, gotcha. Hmm. So once you started getting it rolling with creating this, what was going on in your life that you had that mindset? Like you said, it was spontaneous. So what made you keep going with the album?
Um, I had I was working at a place where I hated during the time, and then I ended up leaving in the middle of making the album. I quit the job and shit. So that was all the motivation I needed. You know what I mean? That was all I needed right there.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Mhm.
Giovanni in the comments said, "Oh, he got that Chris Mike."
No, I mean I had to pull it out for the HHDG media. You know what I mean? Got to.
Now, a lot of people when they have guests in mind, they know exactly where they want to place them, not just a specific song, but actually, placed in the particular song, whether it be a verse or a chorus. Where was your mindset with the guest that you brought on for the Black Madonna piece?
So I knew I wanted to go to people that were my peers, people that I knew who I felt are some of the best in the world, and I had an idea. A couple of people I never had a song with them before, like my own song. So I wanted to get them on my album. And it was just like I kind of already had the idea that I was going to do an album like this a while ago, but this is even before I knew all of the rappers that I know. You know what I mean? I just had an idea like, oh, I'm gonna get a bunch of dope motherfuckers on the album and do it with a whole bunch of different producers. And it just came together like this. Now I know all these dope rappers, and I so happen to be really cool with them. I got niggas' numbers. I could call them, text them. So like, yeah, it just came together naturally.
Nice, nice. And with some of these new artists, did a lot of this come from the networking at the live shows that events that you've been doing?
Yeah, well, I met a bunch of new artists at the live events, especially STH. Shout out to STH. I don't know if that's scaring the hoes, the events in the Bronx. I don't know if you got your own segment for that. We could say that for later. But I'm there, a whole bunch of other places, and on the internet during the spaces. All of this shit, you know what I mean, happened via cipher spaces, the origins of it for real. Like everybody meeting the whole hip hop Twitter sphere, like our specific lane, it all conjured up because of the cipher spaces. No matter what niggas try to say, like you know what I mean, that's what happened. So like a lot of people met through them spaces. So I would say that's where I did the most networking as far as people in this lane.
And if y'all are not familiar, you definitely need to go check that out. You know, I try to hop in when I can, but usually when y'all go on, I'm either still working or I'm commuting. So I'm either on the subway or I might be on the bus. So my signal ain't the best all the time. But I mean, y'all really talk about a lot of topics, you know, when y'all on
there. Yeah, we be up there bullshitting sometimes too. We randomly rap now. We used to do it every Saturday, but now we'll promote it and be like, oh, we doing it this Saturday. Everybody pull up and rap. The last one we did was good, so we'll let y'all know when we do another Cypher Space on Twitter.
Now, being that you said Wolverine was gonna eventually, when you first started, it was gonna be Wolverine doing the entire album. I know y'all got a lot, you know, unreleased stuff.
We got some shit. To be honest, we don't have like a lot of finished songs, but we have. He sent me a good amount of beats, and I already know what I'm gonna do to him. So like I know the like type of direction I'm going with his soundscape, because his beats is like I feel like it's like what he do with the sample, you know what I mean, with the vocal sample, how he, what is it, like the contortion or whatever, how the vocal sounds kind of like, you know what I'm talking about. So like I don't even know, I'm not no music theory nigga or whatever. I don't know none of the terms.
No idea what
I just hear shit and it sound good and I rap over it. But yeah, like I know where I'm going with his shit. But yeah, we got some shit though. We got some fire work.
Yeah, because when I interviewed Wolverine in Action Figure, I was talking to him about that, because that's, everyone wants to quickly use the term drumless tracks, but there's more to it. And Wolverine not only shows what he's capable of doing that way, but also with the drums as well. So don't sleep on him.
Nah, yeah, they be working. Niggas got some work, man.
Now, who was I'm trying to think of a producer that I wasn't too familiar with on here. Actually, Zilly 900, shout him out. More recently, I've been getting familiar with this production, and I found out through listening and checking through Twitter as well.
Zilly one of the best. Zilly one of the best. Niggas don't look. If you don't know, you will soon. You will know soon. Zilly is one of the nicest niggas. Like production out of this world. Solid nigga. You know what I mean? Every time I met Zilly on multiple occasions. I seen him all the time. I mean, I seen him mad times already. Me and Zilly went to San Antonio together. Like that's a solid. That's my brother. You know what I mean? And working with niggas that solid is the plus that you can never predict that's gonna happen, because you could work with somebody and they be on some bullshit. You work with Zilly, you gonna work with a solid nigga and he gonna give you some ill shit. You know what I mean? Inquire with Zilly. Zilly 900 from the Bronx. Nice as hell.
Yeah. That was what was the track? Timing.
Yeah, he did Timing. Yep. Fire.
Now, who was it that you had on there? On the bonus track, we had Vegas 7, the Ronin. Was that? No, I'm sorry, not.
No, that's him. Vegas 7, the Ronin. That's the bonus track, the remix. I'm shaking my head because it's like I don't even know what the fuck to say about him. Like Vega is ridiculous. One of the best in the world. Again, I only know the best. The nigga is insane. Vega is a lyrical giant with this
Mm.
shit. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like it's crazy. Vega is crazy with this shit. I was honored to get him on that shit. Like one day, bro hit me up and was like, yo, I wrote something to that PD Wheat Straw shit. Da, da, da. And I was like, nah, what? It's crazy. So he recorded it and shit. Sent me the shit, and I'm like, nah, this shit about to go on the album, yo. It's going on the album. As soon as I heard it, I'm like, yeah, this shit going on the album. So yeah, that was a blessing right there. Shout out to Vega. It's my brother.
Yeah, he's on he's one of those masterminds. I feel that he don't need to show his face, but when he does show up, be prepared.
Yeah, yeah. That's a fact. There's nothing you could do with him. It ain't shit you could do with him on that mic on the bro. His rapping ability, there's nothing you could do with him.
Um, who did the artwork on this?
I was Queen Hornet. Shout out to Queen Hornet. Done worked with Queen Hornet a bunch of times. Queen Hornet is incredible. They done did a lot of work. Yeah, amazing artist.
Now you gave them an idea of what you wanted.
Yeah. So what I said was at the beginning, I gave them a painting that I found online, and it was a painting of a woman with with no shirt on,
Uh-huh.
and I wanted the chain to be around her, right? But the painting was already it was registered in like the fucking painters guild or whatever the fuck. And
Oh.
like if I would have used it, it would have got flagged or whatever. That's what dude told me. I was like, oh shit. Like I didn't even think of that. So I just gave him the idea. Like I want this on the chain, but I wanted it on the lady. And then he was like, let me do this. Sent me a bunch of ideas like that. And I was like, well, that shit look fire. And then I chose that shit. He sent me a bunch of different fonts and shit. And
Mm-hmm.
now I'm like, that's the one, bro. Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to Queen on it.
Yeah.
And that's the is that the curtain in the back as well as on the almost on the floor?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now there was something that you mentioned on Bandcamp when you were speaking about the album. You said today is not tomorrow, nor is it yesterday. You want to expand on that?
Mm. I was just like going through shit like in my head a lot during this album. I really was like up down. Like I was good this week. I felt like shit this week. I'm like, you know what I mean, just life shit. And that's when I put that on Bandcamp. I was feeling like when I was uploading it, I had like a high. You feel me? I was feeling good as hell. And then I was thinking about the whole process of doing this shit. And I'm like, man, this is like you can't focus on just the small things that's not gonna really affect you in the long run type shit. It's like just keep pushing, you know what I mean? Focus on the objective. And when this shit is done, you're gonna feel good. You know what I mean? That's why I put
Right,
that. That's the only reason why I put that little shit in there, because that's how I was feeling. I'm like, man, that I fought through all of that shit. Um, fucking money, not having no money, you know what I mean, and having to pay for the mix and shit for the album. And I'm just like, damn, like how am I get the money for the mix? Like shit like that. Like it was crazy. So yeah, that's why I put that in there.
What soundscape is always important, and like I was saying before, the way you what you did with the black exploitation, and then on this album, you had a certain sound, and every producer came through and catered to exactly what you were looking for. Um, when you were picking the producers and their production, did you have a certain mellow, more boom bap here, or was it like you were saying because it was certain the way the album was created, spontaneous? Is that the way certain tracks were? You had that same direction?
So I told every producer that I hit up to send me beats that sound like royalty, but the ruler is like a corrupt kind of ruler. So the nigga is just on some dictatorship kind of shit.
Ah,
It's like a corrupt uh society. You know what I mean? Send me some shit that sound like the nigga he's entering a movie type shit. A new character has got introduced. I told everybody send me some shit like that, right? And everybody just sent me some ill shit. And I put it together like that. The sequencing was fire. So I'm like, yeah, I like how everybody played their part and everybody has a different kind of producing style. So when I told them all that same kind of like blueprint and they all sent me something that was like similar, but it was like similar to the soundscape, but it was their own sound. I'm like, yeah, this shit coming together beautifully. So that's how I told them all. Yeah, I gave them a little blueprint.
there you go.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna quote you: "Ambition won't let me be on top until I beat King." On Sydney Sweeney,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
you saying that?
Absolutely. Yeah.
When a lot of people don't are quick to put albums out so quick, and I think it really comes down to their skills, their experience, and their work ethic, and who they work with, who they got that real chemistry with. Um, Almost every year, I think since maybe 2021, I seen you had a project each year, and then I think 2022 you had two projects if I remember correctly.
Right.
Um, how is your process when it comes to making these albums? Because I know some people really want to get the music out, but I
Mm-hmm.
know deep inside, if this is what you truly love, you got to do it right, and it's got to be put out at the right time.
That's me. Like I really want to get the music out. I want to drop 4 albums a year. Like I want to be one of them niggas, but the way the shit's just come together, it take longer than 4 months to make. You know what I mean? Sometimes, so it's just like, and when I'm in like I'm starting to not make 3 albums at a time. Like I'm trying to focus on one album and then focus on
Okay.
the next one. Like, because when I was making a Black Madonna piece, I dad was making like 4 other albums at the same time. Like, so I'm trying to like not do that as much, as much as I can, because I feel like, as we write, as we just moving, we always going to work on multiple things at once, especially like high level writers. So it's like it's going to happen regardless, but I'm trying to keep my main focus on one album at a time.
Mm.
I feel like if I had when I get an in-house engineer, I'll be able to drop more frequently instead of like sending shit out to engineers and fucking all that money going into that. I'm learning how to engineer myself, so once I get that down packed, y'all gonna get way more music.
Man, I gotta ask though. Did you work in person with everyone, MCs and producers?
Nah, not for the Black Madonna piece.
Okay.
I haven't. A bunch of them I never even met in person. Um, but yeah, everything was online. Sent, give me the stems, all that.
Mhm.
New hip hop shit.
How long have you known Backwoods Sweetie?
Word, that's a good question. I think me and Sweetie met on Twitter's like around like probably 2021 ish, like around the time I met Know It All. Like that
Okay.
time, probably shortly after I got put onto Sweetie. She dropped Christina Shantae, and I was listening to this shit. My mind was blown. I said, "Damn, this is a fire album."
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, we've been cool ever since. She got me on one of her shits that she did. I think she did an EP. I'm on the remix for one of the. It was like we just kept building from there. Me and her got on one of Scale albums on one of a song Fire. I ain't hear that in a long time actually. But yeah, it's a yeah. We kept building probably about since 2021.
Okay. Dope. Dope.
Mm-hmm.
And if y'all haven't heard a recent EP this year, Burn One, y'all need to go check that out.
Fire.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What's a special part of this album, um, whether it be the content you were speaking about or just one part of the creative process that we don't know about?
It's a good question. The special part of this album that people don't know about, it's probably the subs that I won't, dive into. But it's like it ain't too special. It's not special per se, but there's something that niggas don't know about.
Mm.
It is subs on the album. My homie Justin David always be saying that I got battle rapper bars in my lyrics, and I'll be like, I don't even be doing that on purpose. A couple of times I did it on purpose in this album, so I'm gonna just put that out there. I was throwing subs at niggas, so that I mean that's probably the things people don't know about. It's the special thing that happened was the whole process.
Okay.
Everybody, I hit up a producer. I hit up a producer at 3 o'clock. Nigga send me a pack by 4:30, and it'd be all fire shit. You know what I mean? Every producer that I hit up, Foul Monk sent me some ill shit. You know what I mean? Jack sent me crazy. Everybody was sending me ill shit. That's the most special thing about it to me. Everybody that contributed.
Dope. Dope. And shout out to Happy Art because I've been, you know, checking more and more of his music, thanks to Black Doherty, who he got the another dope album out, the Black is Beautiful joint.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Happy Art. That's my brother, man. Happy done looked out for me. Happy done did mad shit. Like got me on every scaring the hoes, him and Know It All. Uh, you know what I mean? And went to Texas with Happy too. He sent me that ill ass jazz beat.
Mm-hmm.
I did what I had to do to that. That was crazy. And eventually me and Happy going to drop some shit. You know what I mean? Eventually. Happy
Right.
he working on a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Busy man. But eventually we going to drop something too.
Sports, man. The, when I listened to the track, what was it? Let the Games Begin.
Mm,
The way that the intro, and then you just punched them in the face and just started going in.
mm, right.
Who was that? Skill Beats that did that one, right?
Yup. Shout out to Scale Beats, my brother Scale Beats. Mm-hmm.
The thing with this album is you drop a few bars, and then you cut it, that quick pause, and then you go back into it. How did that come to be? Because you don't hear that too often.
I'm glad you asked this, man. This is a funny story to me. So on the song Let the Games Begin, it wasn't originally like that. The line I said chaotica. I said my eyes clearer than chaotica. I'm talking about the chaotica eyeball that you put around your microphone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody told me that it's pronounced chaotica, not chaotica. And I was like, word, damn, I already wrote a bar and I said K. So I thought about it, right? I already laid it down and all that shit. I was like, yo, what if I did the same shit, right? But switched the punch to chaotica and then switched the rhyme scheme, you know what I mean, and then just kept going like I would have regularly. So that's literally what derived that me running it back on Let the Games Begin. I mispronounced the word, but I kept it in there because I'm like, if it's chaotica, if it's chaotica, y'all niggas know what I'm talking about. The eyeball that go around. Rappers know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So I put that shit in there. Yeah, that's fire.
And the sound, the track, it's got that adrenaline like it's a high speed type of chase.
Yeah, I agree. Yep. It sounds like when Scale sent me that, remind you that one was not made for the Black Madonna piece. It was made before the Black Madonna piece, and when I was putting the album together, I was like, "Yo, Scale, I need to put this shit on this album, yo." He was like, "Word, go ahead, bro, do your thing." So I was like, "All right, bet." So it fit perfectly right there, yo, right after the intro, because people have told me that Let the Games Begin feels like the actual intro, and that the intro feels like a fucking a teaser kind of thing, because I only have one verse up there, and then the intro, the Let the Games Begin, is like 3.5 minutes of me just rapping throughout the whole shit. Ain't no hook for real, it's just me rapping. So yeah, people have told me that feels like the real intro.
Dope.
Mm-hmm.
Now Wednesday, I went to the Pharaoh Monch 25th anniversary of the Internal Affairs show that he just did, which is dope,
Fire.
man.
Mm-hmm.
He killed that. Everything was set up proper. You know, the people that was on the album came out during their verses. It was on point. And shout out Euro Droog that, you know, opened up for Pharaoh Monch. That was dope. Do you ever consider just having a performance of doing one of your projects, just a whole project?
I would love to. I would love to get to that point where I could have a 45-minute set. I'll do the whole Black Madonna piece, and I'll crush that shit. I love performing. So yeah, the the Black Exploitation with the live band,
Yeah,
like that you know what I mean?
That would be dope.
Yeah, like I have these visions that it's gonna come to life. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna keep working to that shit until I'm able to do what I want to do with this. Mm-hmm.
You know some live musicians?
I know a couple. My boy Wex, he played the saxophone. He down in Florida. You know what I mean? He nice. I never met him in person, not yet, but we will meet soon. But like I have him on the Black Madonna piece. He's on the on the Happy Beat. Um
Here it
my
goes
homie,
and here it comes.
Here it goes and here it comes.
Yep.
My homie Samuel, he played the piano in Philly. You know what I mean? So like, I know a couple, not too much, but I know a couple. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That would be dope. I can imagine that too, because that sound would be perfect with a live band. That album.
Yeah, absolutely. It would be beautiful. And then we put out the live album on DSPs and shit. Like, yeah, it gotta happen. It's gonna happen.
You say that people keep you motivated. Who's one of those main people in your life that's always there to do that for you?
I'll say like somebody like my grandmother. That's probably the number one person that come to my mind. You know what I mean? I see her still moving and shit, doing shit that she don't want to do, that she don't really have to do. I'm trying to get her to that point to where she don't never have to do shit she don't have to do no more. She could just lay up and chill.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And really relax, like actually relax. So that's probably my main motivation for real, if in a human form.
I feel that.
Mm-hmm.
She been in your life, you know, since you were young. Like you always been around her.
Yep, raised me since I was a baby. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. I miss those days, man.
Yeah, bro.
I was fortunate enough to have one of my great grandmothers be in my life for most of my childhood, and then my three of my grandparents. I was around them because they were all on Staten Island around the same time.
Right. I remember I be saying, like, I remember when I was younger, everybody that was around me, like in my age range, everybody had their grandparents and shit. Everybody, like, I'm getting older now, and like damn it, everybody I meet, don't nobody got their grandparents no more. And I be
Yeah.
thinking, like, I be being grateful, like, you know what I mean? I'm grateful that I still got mine and shit. Cause I be meeting most of the people I meet, they older than me. And
Mhm.
then, you know what I mean, probably they parents probably done passed already, then they grandparents done passed already, and it's like, damn, like, you know what I mean? Because I'm getting older, and I'm like, damn, this shit, it's hitting, you know what I mean? Life, real shit, real life on your ass.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, it happens,
Yep.
shit happens. Yeah. Gotta keep pushing.
You gotta cherish it.
Yup.
What was I gonna ask you? Oh, visuals. What do you What can we expect?
Yup. So I'm doing a video for one of the songs on my album. So far, I'm not going to disclose which song, but so far I got one video locked in. I want to
Hmm.
do at least one more. Um, I'm not going to lie. I might do like like I'm gonna drop this one for the summer and then do another drop, probably like a winter vibe kind of video. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then it'll lead into my next release type shit. You know what I mean? Something like that. But I want to do two videos for this album. I got one locked in, so y'all got some shit coming probably around August, the beginning of August, maybe. Yeah.
Dope. Yeah. I've been enjoying seeing people still doing music videos because I still it's still an important part, and it gets a lot of people's interest. Knowing that people are out there still having concepts, having fun doing the videos.
Hmm. Right. I'm not. Yeah, and I care for videos, but I'm not gonna lie. Like at the level I'm at,
Hmm.
I I don't be like rushing to do videos because of how much goes into it sometimes. But like now with the team that I got and the niggas that I know, it's like, all right, so it's gonna come together a little more smoothly now. So now I could do this shit more cleaner. My first video that I did, it was like, man, it was mad shit. Like, man, that shit was expensive as hell. So it's like shit like that. Now I'm chilling with this shit, and it's gonna look beautiful. Shit gonna look mad clean. So yeah, we it's my hit up my nigga Earn De Niro. He's shooting the video. I could say that, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna say the song, but
Yeah.
he Earned De Niro. Earned De Niro is shooting the video. He ill as hell. Hit him up. You know what I mean? Yeah, he nice with the shits.
Dope. We got to talk about events. Very important. And did I say it right? Is it Fifth Fest or is it
Scaring the hoes. So it's STH. It's an
STH? Okay.
acronym.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How did this come to be? Because I think these events that I've been seeing that you post up about it, in promotion with the flyers and everything, and seeing a little bit of footage. It reminds me of the '90s when I was going to a lot of hip hop events where it
Mm,
was strictly a lot of underground artists. Some you might not know, but you
right.
get put on and always having a dope show. And I see
That's
that
ill.
what y'all are doing now.
That's ill that you say it reminds you of going to shows in the 90s and shit. Cause not saying we trying to bring back the 90s feel or whatever, or then bring back the 90s. But like that is the golden era. That is the essence. And we are like products of that shit. So for it to feel that way is fire. You know what I mean? That's exactly what all them other niggas trying to replicate. For us to just naturally do that shit is fire. Scaring the hoes came together. Happy and Know It All are the predecessors of the shit. You know what I mean? I'm just a family member. I pull up to the shit all the time. I'm rapping every time. Um, I be promoting this shit. Niggas could hit me up if they want to get on the shit. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna look at your shit because I'm not even gonna report you to Happy and Know It All. If I think you mid, them niggas gonna think you mid too. So I'm gonna look at your shit, and if you nice, I'll put in the word for you. But you're still gonna have to hit up Know It All and Happy yourself type shit. But
Gotcha.
like, if y'all don't want to go directly to them because y'all, I don't know, like I know people who socially awkward or whatever the hell going on, socially anxious. Like y'all niggas know I'm a people person. Hit me up. If you nice, I'll put in a word for you. Them niggas, they cordial, but you gotta be nice though. That's for me too, nigga. That ain't just for them. Yeah, that's for me too. Don't be hitting me up if you mid. Fuck all that shit.
Yep. Can't have anybody on it.
Hell no.
Plus, that messes up the reputation.
Yeah, quality control.
Yep. So I'm definitely gonna ask Know It All because he's gonna be on here later this month.
Fire. I'll be streaming.
And hopefully, I'm pretty sure Happy Art's gonna be on there too when I have Black Majority on as well.
Ooh, definitely
So
gonna be streaming. Harassing the comments.
so we definitely gonna get into more of a scaring the hoes.
Yeah, fire. Oh, speaking of scaring the hoes,
Dope.
I had to make sure I had to, you know what I mean, show the hoodie. Shout out to that. I think Zarhill made that. Yeah, the cover and all that. Niggas got it on the hoodie. It's fire.
Official. And that looks like some quality print on that hoodie too.
Yeah, it is quite. Yo, when I put the hoodie on, I said, "Oh, they got the nice hoodies." Okay, this ain't the ones that you take them off. You always see like a little flake from the material and shit. Like, nah, this is the nice hoodies. Feel good.
That's what's up. There it is.
Yeah.
When is how many of them have there been so far?
The fest was the 8th one because STA7 was the one before because the Scaring the Hoes Fest is not like because I'm sort of thrown off which one it was because usually we was naming them Scaring the Hoes 1, 2, 3, 4. Instead of we didn't put the number on this one. We did Scaring the Hoes Fest. So I don't know if we had 7 or 8, but we either had 7 or 8. I think it's the 8th one. If I'm being sure, if I can remember. But we did about eight of them. If you want to count, because we did a 2-day shit, Saturday and Sunday, it could be 9 type shit. So like, yeah.
I'll put up
the link. Mayweather Theory. MayweatherTheory.com. Yep.
What's one thing about doing live shows that you enjoy the most? A lot of people want to, they say that, they have that, they get that vibe, from the crowd reaction. Others just have that freedom of spitting, the songs that they put out that people have been bigging them up on and, saying how much they love it, being able to be there and present those songs to them. So,
right.
What's your big love of being live on stage?
I'm not like jaded towards anything yet, so everything feels so fucking good when I perform live. I'm so happy when I'm performing live, like especially the thing I love the most is when niggas actually know my lyrics. Like it ain't no better feeling. I'm rapping and niggas rapping back. It's like that shit crazy, and it be complex shit. Like my most well-known song is PD Weestraw, and that shit has no hook on it. I'm up there rapping. I'm saying like crazy ass lines. The line that gets repeated is the mid 30 line. Whack Twitter rappers in their mid 30s. He wrote 215 bar verses. It was a mid 30. Like the fact that niggas is repeating that line back is crazy to me because it ain't no hook. It ain't no like super no catchy shit. It's just some ill shit. Like ooh. So it's like shit like that. That's my favorite. That's probably my favorite feeling when performing.
If you ever got to perform live with Planet Asia, how would you feel?
I love playing in Asia. I love playing in Asia. I would feel honored. You know what I mean? Shout out to the OGs of, I don't want to say, I mean, I don't know if he considered himself underground. I don't know how they, you know what I mean, but he been working for a long time. You know what I mean? The OGs of the underground, I would say. You know what I mean? He's like one of them niggas in the upper tier of the underground. So like, yeah, I would, that like a Planet Asia kind of fame. I tell niggas all the time, a Planet Asia kind of fame is the best in my opinion for what I want to do. Cause like I don't want to be as big as fucking Drake or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Planet Asia could walk to the corner store over here right now and be all right. You know what I mean? Like nobody gonna know who he is. He just, you know what I mean? Like if you if you know type of shit. Like you
Yep.
look at him like, oh, but it's not like the casual motherfucker walking around like not gonna really know. But he is eating off this shit. Like, you know what I mean? He got his business aligned, all that shit. You know what I mean? Done made hella money off this shit. So like that's the best kind of fame. Drake can't walk to the fucking store. It's over with. He can't go nowhere by himself, like without getting mauled by mad people. Like that ain't no way to live, bro. Hell no.
Yep. Actually, he was at the Pharaoh Honcho. I got to speak with him, which that's something that don't normally happen. So I was honored to be able to speak with him for a minute. It's dope. I mean, there was a lot of known people that came out and supported. That was just in the crowd, like myself. I love that feeling. So I mean, and it doesn't have to be always a well-known famous person. It's just someone that that's doing music that's dope and is in the crowd being a fan and supporting.
Right. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. When we went to the Rock show, we went to the Rock Marcy show and Johnny Storm was there. Nigga pulled up, gave me a dab. I was like, oh shit, Johnny Storm in the building. Like that shit made me happy as hell seeing Johnny in the at the Rock show. So I feel you. Like we just there enjoying the shit, being fans and the love of the game. You know what I mean, we love this shit.
When it comes to Patterson, New Jersey, I mean, there's some dope people that have come out of there. So, and I know sometimes when you on the Twitter, the cyberspace, you talked about it every once in a while. Bringing up some people from the past. Who's a person that's come out of Patterson that you don't think gets enough respect?
It's a great question. Person to come out of Patterson that don't get enough respect. It's gonna be me. No, I'm playing. It's gonna be a producer named Vash the Rebel.
That's the Rebel.
An incredible producer. He got a crazy catalog. One of the first producers to like really work with me, send me like 70 beats at once when I was like probably like 13 or some shit, 14. I met him through my brother Don Spiral, and he raps as well. But yeah, Vash the Rebel out of Patterson, New Jersey. He needs some more love.
Dope. I was mentioning earlier about having that perfect timing with not just when you release music, but just how life is. You never know what's going to happen. So sometimes you got to be patient with it. Even though you said this, it started out spontaneous. What keeps you grounded with this music? Because I know it's not easy, to not just make the music, but make the money off of it as well.
Yeah. What keeps me grounded is the fact that I love this shit, yo. Like I think the fact that I can't I can't not do it. It's like my rapper brain doesn't let me not do it. You know what I mean? It's like some shit what somebody would say some shit, or I would see something on TV and I would like, damn, that's a bar. That's a scheme. So it's like what keeps me grounded even when this shit is monotonous and the shit might be going have whatever way it's going, bad, good, whatever. Me knowing that I literally can't not do it, that I can't stop. It's like, why the fuck would I fight it? It's like that's what keeps me grounded. Like, don't even, nigga, this is embedded in you, bro. It's nothing you could do, bro. You lost you 40 songs. You did 40 songs. You lost 40 songs. Or you lost a whole rap book. When I was 14, bro, I almost quit rap, bro. I lost my entire book. Like I had a book like this big, and I lost it, right? But now I got like 5 more from that time. But I lost that shit almost. Like I'm like, man, like I ain't never gonna have them raps. That's the best raps I ever wrote. And then I was like so mad and shit. But it was something in me that couldn't, like I just got another I picked up the pen,
Mhm.
got another notebook, and
Right
just
back
kept
at it.
going. Right back at it. It's like you might as well stop fighting it, nigga. You ain't quitting this shit. It is what it is. That shit keep me grounded.
Any you working on physicals for the Black Madonna piece?
Yeah, I want to do physicals. I'm gonna start with cassettes, see how they go. Try to transition into vinyls. I tried to do vinyls for the black exploitation. Shit was expensive, so it's like, you know what I mean. When I'm trying to see how the cassettes go, how they sell,
Mhm.
and if we transition to vinyls, then we gonna do that. Yeah, and CDs too. You know what I mean? CDs. I like the CD wave. That shit fire to me. Mm-hmm.
Being that you brought out the mic, I gotta ask. You still do a lot of your recording at home?
Yeah, I record everything. The whole album was done here at home. Mm-hmm. I record everything here.
And what's how do you test your vocals when you play it back? Do you listen to it at home? Do you play it on your headphones, your earphones when you go out or anything like that?
So cause I mix everything that I do. Like I just the final mix you hear is not me. It's the actual engineer. So like while I'm mixing after I record, I do it on a speaker, my speaker. I don't mix with my headphones on because
Okay.
it kind of plays a trick on you. You know what I mean? The headphones play a trick on you sometimes. Because I can mix with these headphones on, right? And then
Hmm.
I could go get completely different headphones and mix with those on, and the shit will sound completely different. Now I'm tweaking some shit that's I already tweaked 100 times. On my speaker, I think it's just a better quality sound. Like and I could mix so then I go from there to the car and I hear how it sound. And I'm like, okay, so this shit fire. And I feel like that's how I do it because doing it in headphones kind of tricks my ear.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And who does the final engineering?
On this album, it was Smeb. I honestly don't even know if I'm saying his name right, but SMEB on Twitter and all of that. I think everything. But Smeb, he did this album. Yeah.
Track titles.
Hmm.
Um, when does when do you start creating the names? Being that you already have the concept of the album.
Right. So sometimes the name of the song, I would know the name of the song sometimes right as soon as I finish my verse. Sometimes I'll have a name and then I'll change it. I'll think of some other shit. So like for the intro, it was originally gonna be intro. That's it, just intro. And we was in the spaces one day, and somebody said Vatican Wi-Fi in the space, yo. Somebody said that we was talking about some shit. I don't know. Somebody said that, and I'm like, damn, that's a fire song title. And I put it as the intro song title. It's like, you know what I mean? So it's just like just naturally happening type shit. Everything just be coming together naturally.
So at the once you have everything all set and laid out, sequencing, which is always important. Um, how do you know how you're gonna place everything? And is each project different?
Yeah, each project is different. I'm not gonna lie, honestly, my approach doesn't necessarily change when it comes to sequencing. Um, I would make a song, right? And then I'll put it in the playlist for the album. The song that I know is gonna be on the album, but I don't know where it's gonna be at
Mhm.
sequence wise. I'll just put it in the playlist. Now I have 15 songs in the playlist just randomly in there. I would probably listen to 30 seconds of the other shit and be like, oh nah, this sounds like it needs to go here. This sounds like it need to go here. Like my ear is insane with this sequence and shit. Like this shit need to go here, this need to go here. Sometimes I hear a beat though, and it usually only happen with the intro. I hear a beat and be like, oh, that's the intro. That's the
Okay.
intro. You know what I mean? So I would like that Jack beat that he sent me. Jack did the intro for the Black Madonna piece. As soon as I heard that shit, I said, yo, this is the intro for the album. And I ain't writing out one line to it.
Mm.
So yeah. So that's I knew that for a fact. And then I be listening back to it sometimes and everything sound like an intro. A low key, every song could be an intro. And that shit fire to me. Like every song's just got a bang to it. And it's just like, what the hell? So I kind of like I could have did anything with the sequencing on this one, but I layered it. I kind of layered it. Hook. I put the hooks. I put more songs with like hooks and like softer toner things at the end. You know what I mean? It's crazy. The first four songs slap you in the face.
Mhm.
It get a little mellow. You know what I mean? Then it turns up again, and then it gets a little more mellow again to calm you back down. And then yeah, you got the outro is like a triumphant, like I won this bitch. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much how the sequencing went for this shit.
And you're a lot of people when they use the word emotion, they think that it's always about um, how you present it, through your voice and how it can sway. But I feel that you put out your emotion on your projects with the way you present the content, not always how your voice is projected. And I think one of those tracks that does a good job of that is Cathedral with I
Mm,
Am God on it.
mm. Yeah, Cathedral is one that I was actually talking about earlier with my homies. Um, it kind of is like a when you hear Cathedral, think animated movie, post apocalyptic world, right? But you in the it's like a hood. You in the hood, post apocalyptic Patterson.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah, yeah.
but I'm the king. But I'm the king. I'm the man in the hood type shit. So it's like when you hear it, you hear me talking about these things. I tell a goon get a ratchet and pop it. It's like nigga, you do that shoe. Like I don't handle shit like that. I don't get my hands dirty. It's like think of pictures being painted the whole time that I'm. So Cathedral is one of them shits. You know what I mean? It's one of them shits.
Man, when I first listened to the Black Madonna piece, there was a few tracks that I did, play back after I just listened to it, and Cathedral was one of them, as well as Eyes. And then after I played it again, I went back to the Blaxploitation album and was listening to that. And then I kind of get that vibe of what you were saying in the beginning of expanding, when you came with the new album.
Right. That I wanted to show my different bag, like the off-kiltered flow on Eyes. Foul Monk is one of the best producers in this lane in the world. I would say, I always niggas is the nicest in the world. Foul Monk is one of them. I chose him specifically because I knew I wanted a off-kiltered like flow on this album, at least one song like that. And he is like the man when it comes to making beats like that. You know what I mean? So I hit him up. I didn't tell him, yo, make me a song that I could rap with an off-kilter flow on. Like I ain't put him in no box like that. I told him the same shit I told everybody else. Give me some like royal kind of like, you know what I mean, gritty, yeah, dusty type shit. And he sent me like 3 joints. And yeah, that was one of them, bro. And I snapped, yo. I wrote that shit that same day, man. I was like so eager to write off of that beat as soon as I heard it. That shit fire.
Using the word royalty, let's segue to the Knicks.
Okay.
How do you feel how they're building up the team right now in the off season?
I like the Knicks team. I like that team. That's one of my like favorite teams to watch. Yeah, I'm a Laker fan, but like the Knicks is one of my favorite teams to watch. Everybody that talk ball with me know that I fuck with the Knicks heavy, especially last season. I was fucking with them super heavy last season. Them keeping OG on top of still getting Mikal, you know what I mean? Like they lost my nigga Hartenstein, but it's all right. It's all right. You know what I mean? Mitch got to stay healthy this season. And I got to go to the Garden and catch a game for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. And shout out to you because I like when you post basketball clips because I don't watch basketball as much as I used to, and I used to be really big on college basketball more than the NBA. And now I catch myself watching a little more of both almost equally now. And I always enjoy, seeing clips like that of certain plays.
Like I always people always hit me up and be saying shit like that, like, oh, yo, damn, you be posting the best clips. And I'll be thinking to my like, I don't post a lot of sports clips because there's like bigger sports pages that they always go viral. And I'm like, oh, that shit they probably already seen that shit. But it's like when I be posting shit sometimes, people they never seen it before, and they like, oh, this fire, yeah, this is, you be posting the best clips, and that's what entices me to keep posting sports clips because people be getting updates from my shit when I post it sometimes. I be like, word, that's fire, all right. And I have a love for this shit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna post who I want to post about. Like, I got a favorite WNBA player. Like it's niggas don't know nothing about no WNBA. Like I'm tapped in all the way. Like sports is like it's like rap and sports. Like they like it's like music and sports is so neck and neck in my life. Like I love sports with a passion, bro. I love that shit. Analytics, scouting. Like I'm the nicest scout. I know niggas that's 10 years old right now, 12 years old. Trey Horton Jr. Like, you know what I mean? I'm a scout for real. I should be doing that for real and rapping on the side, to be honest.
Yeah, man. I mean, speaking of the WNBA, when I was watching them when they first started, and when I seen how dominant the Houston Comets were, it was amazing to witness that. And at the time, I was already a fan of Cheryl Swoops when she was playing in college. So to see her go on that team, and they were just destroying other teams the way they were doing like that.
They won like the first 4 championships in a row or some shit, right?
Yeah, yep. And at the time, Cynthia Cooper was not young; she was already seasoned. And just to witness that at that early stage of the league was amazing for me to watch. because back then all I really saw was women playing college basketball, and that was
Right.
about it.
Mm-hmm. Cheryl Miller and them.
Yeah.
But like I like how more people, more eyes is getting on the girls because no lie, it's always been like dope ass girl ballers in the WNBA. It's just like the bloopers, the bullshit misses,
Hmm.
the air balls, you know what I mean? The bad dribbling, like all of that shit outweighs, like it used to outweigh the nicest hoopers, no lie. And I'm as a fan of them, like I could say that. Like the bad hoopers used to outweigh the good hoopers in the WNBA, but now it's more good hoopers than it ever been in the WNBA, yo. It's so many good hoopers. My favorite player right now is Dejanay Carrington. She is nice as hell. She ball like she play defense. She got a jumper. She a slasher. She know how to pad. Like she do everything. You know what I mean? So like, and nobody niggas don't really know her. Like casuals don't know who she is, and that's what I mean by like there's mad good hoopers still in the WNBA right now. So yeah, it's on the up and up. Shout out to Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. You know what I mean? They dead ass like changing the league. And then we got Jordan coming, Juju Watkins.
Did you what? Yep.
She coming in she coming in a couple years. Magic and Bird in the league right now. Jordan about to come. And then who gonna be the LeBron? Who knows? You know what I mean? So that's yeah, it's
Yep.
looking crazy.
Yep. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there's some ballers out there, that are not even in college yet, and I'm starting to see on Instagram the prospects, showcasing them now.
Yeah. It's this one girl that I follow. I think her name is like Anila Parker. Anila Parker, some shit like that. She's like 13 years old and she be playing with the boys, like the 15-year-old boys, and she be cooking them. You know what I mean? So like she could be up next too if she, you know what I mean? Who knows? It's like
Yeah.
they so skilled nowadays at a young age. They have trainers since they
Yep.
could pick up the ball and dribble and shit. You know what I mean? So it's crazy.
That's dope. How do you feel about them? I think it was Dawn Staley. She was showing that her team practices with men.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about them? Doing that to up the competition? Because growing up in the hood, if there was a girl playing basketball, she was already nice because you seen her out there playing with the boys.
Mm-hmm. Holding her own, doing her own
Yep.
thing, scoring on them buckets, locking them down, all that shit. Dawn, Dawn is the greatest college basketball coach of all time, right? She don't have the accolades to have that achievement as far as wins because there's other coaches that by default has been coaching longer than her.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? The Pat Summits, you know what I mean? Shorty from Gino, like Gino from UConn.
Oh
Like
yeah, yeah.
he might be the greatest because he won so many, like, you know what I mean? They won so much. So I'll give Gino that shit. But like as far as like Dawn's coaching methods, it's like it's unmatched, yo. You know what I mean? It's unmatched. So that right there, having her team go against men, it shows why they won the national chip last season. You know what I mean? Like they probably repeat. They probably went back to back this year. So it's no they like the new UConn. South Carolina is like the new UConn for real.
Yep. Mm. Continue to ride this wave because I mean, people like yourself when they're able to put out albums like the Black Madonna piece, Black Exploitation. What was the name? I'm sorry because I always forget the name of the album you did with with Numbs.
It's called life.
Life, right? There you go. Um, Keeping everything ingrained with your skills and continuously to elevate your skills is not an easy thing, but it becomes easy when you're consistently doing it and you're around people that got that same type of chemistry. So, as always, salute to you on being able to drop albums like this that keep my interest and have me enjoy it and also have people continuously talking about it.
No, that's love. I appreciate that, man. That work, man. You know what I mean? That work. It's just trying to stay consistent. That's all it is. I tell people it's about reps all the time, man. Put your reps in. You'll see the results.
Yep. Dope. So we mentioned, visuals coming up soon. Now, what else you got going on?
We got more music, more music, music from the collective called the Pentagon, which is me and my brothers. We got an album called Airbnb coming out that we made in San Antonio when we was out traveling. You know what I mean? Um, I'm gonna just plug my whole team. You know what I mean? Like know
Go
it
for it.
all, know it all, and Morning Run about to drop. That's what's coming soon. I'm pushing that. Uh, Magic and Bird, Greenery about to drop.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, Greenery about to drop. He got a compilation joint he working on. Trash Thompson and Wolverine, like you know what I mean. They about to put some. They working on some shit. I hope I'm not airing everybody's shit out. I think they already they put it out on the TL and all that shit already. If not, then yeah, y'all heard it first. Y'all heard it here first. They not gonna be mad at me. Yeah, you know what I mean. Happy. He already be talking about his shit on the TL. So Happy coming
All the time,
soon.
yeah.
Yeah, like everybody is coming soon. All of my teammates is coming soon, bro. The whole Pentagon we taking over. You know what I mean? It's coming soon.
That's a perfect name, man.
Mm-hmm. The Pentagon, the Pentagon Entertainment Company. That's us, and we working on some big shit.
Dope. So if you are not familiar, get familiar. And
Absolutely.
also, the Black Madonna piece is on Patty Honcho's Bandcamp, as well as all digital streaming platforms. Appreciate you once again, Patty Honcho, taking the time to speak with me. And I enjoy learning more about the albums and also giving my version of what I hear, and then you know finding out more about it through what we're speaking about.
Right. I appreciate you having me up here, man. It's always a pleasure. You know what I mean? Always a pleasure. I'll be back. You know what I mean? Next time, next album.
Definitely, definitely. And before we go, let the people know where they can go and support and also reach out to you.
Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all for watching. Whoever's still here. Patty underscore Honcho on Twitter. Patty Honcho on Instagram. Just regular. The Black Madonna piece is everywhere. It's coming. It's physicals coming, visuals coming, more music coming. I said this before. I got an album with Scale coming soon. I got an album with Outkast coming soon. I got some shit with Barto coming soon. And those albums are still coming out. I'm working on them. I'm trying to do shit right. The way the Black Madonna piece came out right. I'm trying to do it right, man. So y'all bear with me. And I appreciate y'all again, yo. Authentic.
It is. On behalf of our HHDG media crew, we're gonna say peace.
Appreciate you.
Salute.